All right, Bang. Today is Friday. It is January 14th. Welcome to the Dog Walk presented by Barstool Sports. True Crime Friday. Allie, how are you?
I am good. We're back.
We're
after
back.
a long break.
Long break. We're ready to hit the fucking floor running. Is that the sale? Hit the
ground running.
Hit the ground running.
You're close.
I wonder how that came to be. What's so?
Hit the ground running.
Yeah, I don't know. Whatever.
Don't have an answer for you on that one. I'm sorry.
We'll have to get Chief to do that for a WTF. Put that down, Harry. We got that, Lance? All right, good. So True Crime Friday, we're back in action here. Before we really get things started, Allie, I just want to say, if you're out there and you have a dog, you should really look into Fuzzy. So Fuzzy is a telehealth service for pet parents that offers 24/7 access to personalized pet care from veterinarian professionals. From everyday questions to middle-of-the-night emergencies, Fuzzy has the answers pet parents need. Through live chat and virtual vet consultations available for you 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, Fuzzy can answer your pet questions, big and small, urgent, and every day. Do you have a pet?
No.
No, you don't have a dog or nothing?
No.
Okay. Well, it's all right.
I wish I had a dog. I would use Fuzzy if I did.
You should. It's great. Doesn't it sound like a great service?
It does.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, it sounds awesome. So Fuzzy can also recommend the exact right products for your pet, all of which are handpicked by their established team of veterinarian professionals and available at discounts exclusive to Fuzzy members. From getting your pet's diet just right to meeting their middle-of-the-night needs to finally figuring out what makes their breath smell that way, nothing is too big or small for a quick Fuzzy call. So right now, Fuzzy is offering our listeners a free 7-day trial membership. Go to yourfuzzy.com/dog today to sign up. That's a free 7-day trial at yourfuzzy.com/dog. And for a limited time, Fuzzy is also offering a special discount of $20 off any of your pet product needs, pet meds, supplements, food, and more with promo code DOG. That's yourfuzzy.com/dog for your free trial of Fuzzy with access to 24/7 personalized pet care and vet-recommended products. Go get in the action if you have a dog. I mean, 24 hours, like just that peace of mind is great. So yourfuzzy.com/dog. Also, innovative care. You guys know the drill by now. We've been talking about this on Redline Radio for a while. If you need your ADHD medication, you got to go to these guys to get it because it's a nice, kind, compassionate service that is a real medical clinic. It's not just like an online-only refill service. They're there for you. They're based in Chicago, and these are medical providers you can trust. So you'll definitely want to use them for ADHD management, but you could also turn to Innovative for other things related to primary care or urgent care. Like I've said many times, I've gotten a COVID test there. Or have you ever been to this one?
Innovative?
Innovative, yeah.
Yeah.
You have?
I think so.
Kind and compassionate, right?
Yes.
Good people. So go over there and make sure you go to innovativeadd.com to sign up. You must be an Illinois resident. And the best thing about them is they take insurance. Most other companies don't do that. And that really sets them apart from the rest. So go to innovativeadd.com. Try to take the headache out of your ADHD prescription refills. So innovativeadd.com. Go do it now and start making it easier on yourself. All right, Allie, what's the game plan for today?
All right. Today we're doing things a little bit different. We're covering a current story that's active and unfolding. So we are covering Brendan Santo, the disappearance of Brendan Santo today. Okay. Which is, this one hits, it was a lot of suggestions came through for this one. Obviously, because it's a very current one. It's a Michigan one, so kind of hits home.
Your alley.
Right up.
Yeah.
No pun intended.
Oh yeah. Have you gotten that before?
If I had $1.
Yeah. Well, don't worry. Like that's. Are You Ready, Eddie is mine. So we could bond on that.
That's
every
amazing.
time. It's like
That's true.
When I was playing like left field. Are you ready? Yeah. Not really, but yeah, sure. But,
not really,
sorry.
but. No, okay.
Yes.
So, Brendan Santo, he is a freshman at Grand Valley State University, which is in Grand Rapids, Michigan. Mm-hmm. He is 18 years old. He's got brown hair. He's 5'10" and 160 pounds. So, I mean, he is like, think of your college freshman. I mean, he's cute as a button, like very much, described by his family and his friends as a very loving, kind kid who very, very loved by his family and all of his friends. he went to visit on this past Halloween weekend. He went to visit some friends at Michigan State University in East Lansing. And I don't know if you remember or not, but that Halloween weekend was also the weekend of the Michigan State football game.
Okay.
Which is like the biggest game of the year. So as you can kind of assume, like Michigan State, if you are there the weekend of the Michigan U of M game or Michigan State U of M game plus October or Halloween weekend,
shit show.
Absolutely madhouse everywhere on campus. And MSU has a pretty big campus. So, I mean, this place was absolutely packed. Now, Brendan was last seen on October 29th, which was the day before the game. And he was seen just before midnight on campus. He was leaving Yakeley Hall, and he was wearing a black t-shirt, gray sweats, and a black Red Wings hat. He had these like white high top Converse on, and they had this little, I'll put a picture on Instagram. They had this little almost like half heart character guy in them. So they're super recognizable shoes. Like they're not just like an average pair of Converse.
Yeah, not a
so if you see
pair of
them,
Air Max.
Yeah, you would recognize them for sure.
Get that in the YouTube too.
In the picture?
Yeah. If you could send that to Harry and Lance.
Yeah, I will. Because it's definitely, they almost look like they're like custom made. So again, very recognizable. So he was leaving just before midnight. He was seen leaving Yakeley Hall. And that was heading towards, if you know campus at all, he was heading towards the Brody neighborhood. Now, from Yakeley to Brody is about half a mile. So maybe a 10, 15 minute walk. Not far at all. Since that time that he was seen, there have been no signs of him whatsoever. Not his belongings, no sightings, no clues left behind. There has been virtually, I mean, it's almost like he disappeared into thin air, which is so bonkers to me because you're on that massive campus. And this is honestly one of the most disappointing aspects of this case is MSU's campus is filled with security cameras all over the place, including one like outside of Yakeley Hall. Now, the camera that would have seen him, caught him leaving, was broken. Like they came to find like a bunch of these security cameras were broken, so they didn't actually get footage. Which obviously, as we know, this happens in a lot of cases, but this is huge. This could have gone in a completely different direction if those cameras were working.
What's the year again? Sorry, what year did this? When
right now, this year.
Oh, this happened this year?
Yeah, this past October.
No shit.
Yeah.
I thought like, damn.
No, this is like a current. The search is still on.
Wow.
Spoiler alert.
No, I just didn't.
Like it's 2021.
Yeah, it's hard to imagine that 2021 the cameras wouldn't. But sorry.
No, I mean, so that's what's like. That's obviously a huge part in this and I will say the president did come out. After he disappeared, the president did send out a letter addressing the fact that it was unacceptable that these cameras are not working, especially on a huge university campus. So in light of this happening, there was an order to go through and put in 200 new working security cameras across campus, which is great, but it should have never gotten to that point.
Yeah, you never want to that's the tale of
why have them if they're not working,
yeah,
right?
And then it's like, oh, something bad has to happen before something gets fixed.
Right, so. Exactly. So that was a huge bummer. Brendan, again, he was described as his family. He was a good kid. He's got a kind heart. He was also described by his friends and family as somebody who was willing to go out of his way to help somebody in need. This, I mean, you can ponder this in a couple different ways of did he disappear because he was trying to help somebody? Did somebody, that like when they would say, oh, if you come out of a store and you see like there's a egg on your windshield. Don't go clean it because it's somebody trying to trick you.
Yeah.
Like, I wonder if that has anything to do with it, right? Like, if he was like truly trying to help somebody or what have you, like something completely innocent on his end and something bad ended up happening to him. That's just that thought fluttered across my mind. Other than that, he's super intelligent. He's athletic, has a lot of close friends and family. And ever since this was back obviously at the end of October. In retrospect, it hasn't been a super long period of time. Like, the last case, some of the cases that we talked about are cold for years and years and years and years and years. It's been a couple months, but that's still way too long for anything. But his family has been one, very clear that Brendan would not disappear on his own. It's absolutely not like him. He had things he was, looking forward to. He was close with his family and friends. He was a good kid. It's absolutely out of the question that he would disappear on his own, which leaves us to, he was most likely met with foul play, right? And we don't know what kind of foul play that is because, like I said, he just up and disappeared without a trace. So there are, along with Brendan, who is still missing, there are a lot, some of his belongings that they haven't been able to locate either, including his car keys, his phone, which is a blue iPhone 12, and this gold cross necklace that he wears. Again, we can include it in the pictures with his shoes because it's a very specific necklace. It's this gold cross, and you can see there's a bunch of pictures with him wearing it. So it's something that he typically seemingly has on him all the time. Again, if that were found, it could give us some clues, some information. But the fact that his keys and his phone are also missing is like, those are two pretty big things to be missing. On over several weeks. So once he went missing on October 29th was the last time he was seen. Over several weeks, the Red Cedar River runs right through the middle of campus. And it has been searched high and low for any sign of it. There was thought of maybe he fell into the river, right, and got carried away, or he drowned, what have you. Something bad happened to him in the river. This river has been searched high and low with sonar technology. They've done so many searches between the river, between campus. I mean, campus is pretty big. There are a decent amount of like wooded areas. But they have used, like I said, sonar technology, canines, divers, underwater technology. There have just been no signs, which it blows my mind. We're in 2021. How can somebody just
vanish
up and disappear?
Yeah. Now,
it is stated in the MSU Police's website and their missing person investigation page that Brendan, the search for Brendan in the Cedar River is particularly interesting because the MSU police were really interested in searching the river, not only because it like runs through the heart of campus, and obviously bodies of water can be dangerous, but it was of particular interest because he was in very close proximity to it based on his last known location. So Yakeley Hall, close to the river, walking back to Brody, it's not unlikely that he could have encountered the river. So that's why they were interested in searching it. Now, Brendan's family has also conducted several civilian searches. They've been super prevalent on social media. They've got an Instagram, which we'll share. They've got a Facebook. They've got a GoFundMe page because all these searches are very expensive. They are, they're not giving up. They're super prevalent on social media. They continue to share details. They continue to, host these civilian searches, which in these searches, over 800 volunteers have come to help. That's huge. That's huge testament to one, like the power of social media, but also just like the power of the community that 800 plus volunteers have come out to help look for Brendan. I think what's really important now is keeping that momentum up, right? Because we've heard time and time again where cases will slip away from the media because something else comes up. But they are really prevalent in keeping this in the media, keeping this at the public's attention, keeping the volunteers coming. So, I think this, we can also be good advocates for that as well. Now, like I said, so these civilian searches have been done on foot, with drones, with helicopters. I mean, any tool you can imagine, they are using it. Brendan's phone activity was also looked into as well. So the all too, familiar, unfortunate news is the last location that Brendan's phone pinged, like I said, they could pinpoint the last place that he was, or the last place his phone pinged, I should say. But in that spot, the security cameras were not working. So doesn't give them as much as they could have to go off of, which sucks. Brendan's family mentioned, and I also agree with this, is that it is, like I said, it's absolutely just asinine to think that in this day and age, somebody can just up and disappear. Especially because, again, think about how packed campus was that weekend. Between the Michigan State and U of M game and it being Halloween weekend, that place was crawling with people, and every single person has a phone in their hand. Half of those people who are recording at one point or another, who are, taking pictures for Instagram, they're recording videos, they're going live, whatever it may be. And, for me to believe that somebody does not have something, even if it's Brendan in the background, right?
Yeah, it feels virtually impossible.
Absolutely impossible.
I mean, just in today's age, it feels. And then, sorry, one more time. Did you say what time? Like he was last?
He was last seen just before midnight.
Just before midnight, and like that, people would still be out. Like people would be.
Some college kids don't go out until midnight.
Yeah, exactly. Like
campus would not be dead.
Yeah, I'm not
midnight.
super familiar with Michigan State's campus, but like, yeah,
it's not going to be dead at midnight,
For sure.
And so to think that nobody has anything, even like I said, and I also think it's very important to drive the point of some people may not have come forward just because they think what they have is irrelevant, which is absolutely not the case. Nothing is ever irrelevant in a missing person case. You have a picture, he's in the background, you have a video, he just walks by. Okay, they can use that for something, right? It's better than just holding on to it.
Yeah.
And thinking it's nothing, and then you hand it off to the police. It could be groundbreaking for all that you know. Like the police obviously have a lot more tactics and technology and different things that they look for than just, us as the public eye. So I do think that it's definitely possible that people have stuff that they either don't think is irrelevant or maybe nervous to come forward with for whatever reason, which, if that's the case, I will always be an advocate for, if you see something, say something. Mm-hmm. It's never okay if it's irrelevant. Then if it's irrelevant, but at least they know, right?
Yeah.
So again, it's not far fetched to think that somebody does have something, even a little hair of information. Now, like I said, Brendan's case and his disappearance has been pretty good with, even though they really don't have a ton of clues, right? They've done searches and nothing has come up. They cannot find his belongings. I will say that some people questioned, like, is he still even in East Lansing, or did he leave East Lansing? His car was still parked in the same spot that it was when he got there. So he didn't take his car. His keys are missing. So whether he still has his keys, somebody else has his keys are lost. His car was still in the same original spot. So he seemingly did not willingly leave, at least in his car, he didn't, right? Mm-hmm. There's obviously mass transit and stuff like that we can't rule out if we don't know, but his car stayed there. Now, the tips have been rolling into police very heavily. So there are people out there who are submitting things, tips left and right, and that's a lot for the police to sort through, but they're so glad that those tips are coming in, because like I said, even the smallest thing could be huge without anybody knowing it. So his family is still encouraging to keep those tips coming in, even if you think it's a tiny piece of information. It could be that one thing that breaks the case wide open. A task force actually has a specific task force for Brendan, has been formed, and it's pretty incredible. It's got the MSU Campus Police, East Lansing PD, the FBI, Grand Valley State PD. They've got Ingham County Sheriff Office, Michigan Department of Attorney General, the State of Michigan PD, and Oakland County Sheriff Office as well. So, I mean,
a lot of people working on it.
Yeah, they're hitting it.
That's great. I mean, we have so many times in the show where there's like a jurisdiction kind of BS. So that's awesome that they're all working together to figure it out.
Yeah. I think that is huge because we've also seen cases where like campus police are they're not equipped and trained to handle these things, right? They're trained for, your
drinking tickets and whatnot. Yeah.
Things like that where, so something big like this happens and sometimes they're the only people working on it. They just don't know how to handle those things. And like you said, we've had jurisdiction battles or ego battles between departments and whatever. So the fact that they have a designated task force, first of all, are submitting the resources to really being serious about the search for him and hopefully bringing him home safe. And then, also like you said, all of these departments working together is massive. There is currently a reward of, last time I checked it was $20,000. Like I said, there is a GoFundMe page for stuff. So
Harry, let's link all that in the description and the tip lines and whatnot. Let's make sure we have everything there.
Yep. They've got a tip line and an email, a Facebook page, a hashtag that is hashtag Bringbrendanhome, and an Instagram that is also Bringbrendanhome, and Brendan, Brendan. Again, we'll share everything. Harry, I'll send you everything. But like I said, this is a current case. We're going to continue to keep an eye on it. Hopefully we can come back with a good update. And then we will share all this stuff. Again, if anybody knows anything, nothing is too small to submit. And we only wish nothing the best for this outcome.
Yeah, definitely. So we'll get that linked in there. It probably is in there before you hit play on this show. So go do that. Obviously, if you know something, and hopefully they find something and find this poor kid. So it's horrible thoughts with the family. So
definitely
awful. But all right, Allie, thank you. That's it for today, everybody. Thank you for listening. We'll see you all on Monday.